In today's After Effects quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a 3-blade propeller animation that looks like that. Without further ado, let's get started. First thing first, we are going to create a new composition. Let's call this 3 blades animation with a width of 600 by 600. The idea behind this number is, first of all, we need a square ratio, so 1:1. And secondly, 600 is for easier management. So basically 3 blades, that will make that 3 blades of equal width plus equal number of spacing with equal width. So that makes that a denomination of 6. So 600 divided by 6 will be 100 pixels. That is easier management. So you can give it a different number. Just make sure you calculate that beforehand. Now click OK. Let's toggle the transparency grid. Okay, we are going to draw some guides just to make our life slightly easier. And from the top, give it about 75 pixels for the guide and a tiny bit that looks like that. So we need a spacing between the ring of the propeller from the blade. Now we need 100 pixels for the width of the blade. Alright, select new, shape layer. Let's call this blade 1. Go right up to fill option, select linear gradient with no stroke. Now go up, select the rectangular tool and draw it something like that. So go back to selection tool, set one end of the gradient indicator to the bottom and the other end to the top. Like that. Now go back up to fill colors. We are going to play around with the colors a bit. So for the bottom portion, you need it to be bright. So let's give it a bright color of that. But we just need a bit of it to be bright. So something like that. With the top part, just a tiny bit darker, just a tiny bit. Like that. Now right click, transform, center anchor point in layer content. This is just for good habits. Now with blade 1 selected, go up to edit, duplicate. Now move this and one more piece, something like that. Now select all 3 layers, right click, pre-compose, and let's give it a name of 3 blades com. And go to effects and preset, look for CC cylinder. If you can't see this, go up to Windows and effects and preset. Now drag this onto the 3 blades com. Let's expand the position and the rotation, and let's make the guide disappear for now. For rotation X, we are going to set it 90 degrees. And go to position Z. Let's increase this a tiny bit, like that. Okay, now go back up and show guide. We are going to fill this up and create a ring out of it. Now create a new layer. Let's call this ring. And select the ellipse tool. Pardon me, select the rectangular tool. And draw something like that. Leave the gap alone. Do not fill in the gap. And we need a fill option of a solid color with a color of something that looks slightly a tiny bit darker than the propeller ring blade. So slightly darker than the propeller blade. Something like that should be good enough. Now go to 3 blades comp, select the CC cylinder, edit, copy the effect. Now select the ring, edit and paste it. Let's make the guide disappear. So the idea behind this is, look what happens when I change the number for the rotation Z. The blade basically spins. That is the kind of animation that we want. Okay, go to the 0 timeline marker and toggle the keyframe for the rotation Z, expand the light and toggle the keyframe for the light direction. With 3 blades comp selected, press U. So that will only reveal the parameters with keyframe activated. Now go right to the back, add a new keyframe for both. And for rotation Z, give it a number of about, say, let's try 3. So we want this to spin clockwise. We want the blade to spin clockwise 3 times in 10 seconds. For the light direction, let's give it a crazy number, minus 80 counterclockwise. Now let's see this. So it looks something like that. Now we need to create a round circle to act as a nose right in the center. So create a new shape. Make sure that this is right at the top. Let's call this the nose. Select the ellipse tool. Hold on to shift and draw a perfect round circle. You can resize this later. Now with nose selected, go to align and align this horizontally and align this vertically. So this will put it right in the middle of everything. Looks something like that. Okay, now we need to just make this look slightly better. With nose selected, go to fill color, fill option and select radiant gradient. Fill color. Now we need to play around with the color a tiny bit. Okay, we need the nose to be slightly darker. So let's make this slightly darker. Something that looks like that should be good enough. Let's play this and see. So it looks something like that. So you can basically stop here and we'll be good to go. You can put this you can use this in a lot of places. But let's make this look slightly better, just slightly better. Now go to the nose. Pardon me, let's go to the ring. Let's disable this CC cylinder for now. Right click nose, transform, and center anchor point in layer content. Now we need to duplicate this layer. Edit, duplicate this. Expand ring to. And we need to rescale it. Make it slightly smaller, just a tiny bit. and we change the color of ring 1 to be slightly darker. Now enable the CC ring again. Now it looks like there is a slight depth to it. Next, double click the 3 blades comb and let's make the rectangle a bit slightly rounder. So expand the blade, go to rectangular shape and set the roundness for say 50 pixel. No, too much. Maybe 30 pixels should be good enough. Okay, do the same for the other 2 blades. And let's take a look at how it looks like now. So it looks slightly rounder. So that's it. So this is a very basic rundown on how to create a blade propeller system animation that looks like that. So use this as a basic guideline to move on to more complex stuff. You know, you can create a 4-blade, 5-blade. You can create thinner blade that looks something like a helicopter blade. So let your imagination run wild. So use this once again as a basic for more complex stuff. Alright, that is going to be it for today's quick After Effects tutorial. If you guys got any question to ask, put it in the comment section right below. Or if there's any particular animation effect that you want to see, do let me know. Alright, until next time, I will catch you guys on the next video.